Yo, what is up, you guys? How's everyone doing? Thank you for all the submissions that you guys have sent. Let me just get some lighting on the go. I've tried to improve a couple of things from last time. I've got myself a bit of a better setup going on. Yeah, as you guys are probably expecting, a stream from last week. Just gonna let you know that didn't happen because I just wasn't enough submissions, but we've got some great tunes that I'm looking forward to getting stuck into. And let's just adjust a couple things. How's everyone doing? How's everyone in the chat? I've just been at a couple of festivals. I was at the Neuroheads Festival in Bristol and also at Nova Rock Festival in Austria, which was great fun. And that's kind of good I had a break because I think I would have been too hungover to go through these tunes anyway. So, first up, let's not fanny around too much. We have got this track called Rage by Kavala. I hope I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to go to the beginning here. Let's get stuck in. You guys might see I've improved the visualizers a little bit as well.
I know the rage.
It's got a nice strong start to this one.
I know the rage you feel. I know the rage you feel.
Okay. Man, I'm loving that kind of very lasery sound. It's fucking sick. We need more cheesy vocal samples from movies, literally. Like, that's a beautiful art that was been lost to time. We need more of that back again.
This is not the way.
This is a nice, strong way to start off the stream. Sounding great, man.
All that rage. I know the rage. I know the rage you feel. You feel. But this.
I really love the little sample work on the vocals.
So I know.
Really milking this build-up.
This is poison for your soul, I know.
Switching up with a bit of the half-time. Yo, that track is pretty fucking strong. That's a great one to start things off with. I gotta say, it sounds like what you got going on in the main drop is you got this kind of just like basically a nice thick sub, and you kind of putting the lasers on top as like a layer. But I think it'd be amazing to hear those lasers like exactly the same kind of flavor of sound, but with you're actually just doing like a pitch automation on the entire bass sound. So the subs also going from kind of high to low could give it a bit more oomph. But I mean, the idea is really fucking sick. And I love what you've done with the arrangement. I like the way you're kind of like leveling it out into a halftime bit later on as well. That bit was fucking fat. I'm just going to listen to a couple more bits of this, just when I'll kind of like revisit them. I also like this kind of classic ravey stabs.
Not the way.
Honestly, the standout parts for me are the vocals were just really fun, had me kind of listening. Even in that kind of middle section, which I'd consider a bit too long, I'd probably like trim that down a bit, but that's just taste. I mean, it's not like a kind of long song, it's only 3:50, so. I'd probably get a few more kicks in that halftime bit to add a bit more groove as well, but fucking awesome song, man. Thank you for sending that in, Kavala and Rage. I'm looking forward to revisiting that. Next up, we have got Krang, Dead Internet version 3. Guessing this is a whip.
It spans the globe like a superhighway. It is called Internet.
I was asking for more movie samples, and it sounds like we got some.
Some 12,000 individual computer networks. Internet began back in 1969. It was a tool of the Pentagon. Nowadays, just about anyone with a computer.
Love the theme. Do you guys know about the dead internet theory? That basically, like, nothing on the internet's real anymore, or at least the majority of it is just bots.
The modem can join in, usually for a
Soon I'll be reviewing fucking AI music without realizing. Ooh. That snare is fucking nice. Anyone watching who is wondering how to get their tunes get some feedback on their tunes, you can just submit it to my Discord on the feedback channel. And yeah, simple as that. Come and join. There's like links on my social media kind of stories on Facebook or Instagram. Follow those links and come submit a tune. You can submit them whilst I'm streaming. There's no kind of like deadline on that. So yeah, just limited to one song per person. Okay, this is sounding pretty tight. Yeah. Okay. Gonna have to pull this out already. Just fuck off. Can you just fuck off, Craig? Man, the drums are sounding phenomenal. Reese is nice as well. Oh. Yo, this stream is off to a really good start. Fuck me.
Greatest achievements appears to be as an aid in scientific research. By tapping through internet, scientist can share knowledge with another scientist at lightning speed.
Fucking hell. You need therapy. Dude, that's fucking excellent. I don't really have any feedback for that. It's just a good song. It was just a fucking pleasure to listen to it. Thanks for sending it in. I need to fucking wheel up that first drop. Like, that fucking crazy break bit is also, like, really interesting. That bass there, I like that one a lot. I'll tell you what, like, the best thing I can say about this is I can just really tell that you enjoy texture. Just the textures on this are insane. Like, the snare hits in all the right places, the bass is kind of like itching all the right places. It's fucking great, dude. Thanks for sending that in. Alright, next one. Pendulum, inertia style track. I feel like it needs a couple legit drops, or maybe just keep it pop. I don't know. I have no fucking idea what that means. But I'm gonna listen. Cheers, bro. Oh, I see you go for like a half metal, like a metal vibe.
We are laying bare to this human existence. With hollow hearts we fear we lose this resilience. With no purpose to feel.
Can we all just appreciate that it says pee pee poo poo mix #1? Like, definitely winning points for the fucking naming, like the naming thing there.
We drown in our own cold-hearted existence. Cybernetic heart. I'd rather be shut down before I feel a thing. Too many times I've been let down, left to drown. Cybernetic heart, come back to me. We are your mechanical masters. You're an algorithmic disaster. We do things better and faster. Bow down to your.
Is this an original vocal? I'm guessing it is. I can see her in the chat, Atlas Neon. Fucking really cool songwriting.
Cybernetic heart. I'd rather be shut down before I feel a thing. Too many times I've been let down, left to drown. Cybernetic heart, come back to me.
bass for sure.
Cybernetic heart, come back to me.
Yeah, really fucking strong. There's more that I can give you feedback on in terms of mix and stuff, but I think that the songwriting is really, really strong. There's nothing I'd suggest about the actual songwriting itself or the arrangement. Everything's actually like just really well written song. It's kind of got a good hook. The chords are nice. It kind of is catchy, and the flavor's there. It's just like if you compare it to something like we just heard before, for example, though, is like the mix. The mix is one of these mixes where like this happens a lot with my students, where the mix is well mixed with itself. Like there's nothing wrong with the mix in terms of like as a standalone song, it's totally fine. But then when you compare it to something of like, I don't know, any track that just came out, that's kind of like industry standard, that's gone through a label and stuff, then you notice the difference in terms of like the clarity and stuff. And I think that what would be really helpful for you is just trying to focus purely on referencing a song in the same key and trying to get the same volume out of it, trying to get the same clarity out of it, and then mixing everything around it. It's just a mix job because like maybe like in terms of like the main bass, you kind of got this kind of dirty saw bass, but if you were to make more of a reset of that, it's like it was in the previous song, like that kind of sound, like quite a fizzy kind of Reese bass instead of that saw wave kind of bass. I think that would really elevate it into an insane track. Really, really cool though. And again, like obviously I'm doing a lot of crossover between metal and drum and bass and really into that. I'd love to, I'd definitely drop something like that if the mix was just elevated. So I think if you focus on that, I mean, you literally called it pee pee poo poo mix. So I think that I'm probably telling you stuff you already know. But yeah, it's just like focus on getting the kick and the snare. Like the kick and the snare defines the entire mix really. So just try and focus on those main two things to really bring that whole track up, and maybe just some more processed kind of bass sounds, but the songwriting is awesome. Okay, right, next we have got Dratex Metal Tear Out D&B. I'm guessing this is also going to be a metal crossover. Straight in with some fucking metal guitar, let's go. Okay. Finding the mix really interesting. It's like it slaps, but it's like very like got a lot of space to it. Just checking the chat there, someone was saying that the initial vocals are somehow lost. I gotta say, they sound like you were a bit shy to have them in there. Like you didn't want to push them that loud, but you can have those really fucking loud. I mean, obviously not too loud, but I mean, they could be like another 8-9 dB probably. And if you're having problems getting them loud without them distorting, obviously keep in mind that guitars and vocals are in a very similar frequency range. You could use something like Track Spacer to take away the, kind of sidechain the guitars away when the vocals are playing. I like that transition though, like transitioning from the metal into these sounds works really nicely. You know what I noticed about the snare? It's like you got this nice big transient, but it's like really wide and sounds a little bit, it's not that bright. It kind of sounds a little underwater and like got a lot of like kind of width to it. Like I'm personally, and I think the general taste is to have like quite a dry snare. So maybe I bring up the brightness and try and get that more mono. I like that kind of like overtone on top of the kind of machine gun kind of basses. Like that kind of dun 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 dun. Nice. This is one thing that I've like very frequently had a problem with whilst I'm trying to mix metal with drum and bass, is like you could very noticeably tell the transition from the drum and bass drums into the metal drums. Sounds like kind of you've got addictive drums going on there. And honestly, it's probably best to just at this point commit to having some drum and bass drums from this point onwards, because a switch back just doesn't feel as punchy, or you just got to process them in a really kind of over-processed way. Already just on the snare, like a huge thing that would help it is just boosting like a white noise layer, like a lot. It sounds like a really dubsteppy snare. I think that's probably what it is. Alright, fair enough. I just got a comment from Dretex, the guy that dropped this tune, saying that he is from the dubstep scene, so that's probably why he's gone for that flavour. A lot of these things are like, obviously, taste. Me being a drum and bass producer, I'd go for a much like tighter, like not as long kind of snare. So that's just a taste thing. I mean, really cool. Honestly, it's really hard to figure out how to tastefully mix metal with like drum and bass. And it's kind of like, I guess the hardest thing is when you don't have many kind of examples trying to figure out how to make those things work. I think it's an example where you've made it work really nicely. The energy is really good. It's just, again, probably a mix thing. Again, as well, like referring to the track before this, the Atlas Neon one, the Cybernetic Heart. A lot of the times, like, you give yourself a much harder job when you start introducing vocals, guitars, and everything else into the mix as well. And then not only that, but you've got to keep the mix between the metal sections and the drum and bass sections like sounding the same level of energy. You definitely give yourself like a hard job, but I really like the songwriting perspective of it. It's like, yeah, cool song. Those vocals definitely turning up in the intro. know what would be cool with the halftime part is like don't just like take the same bass section, like maybe keep that first Reese, but just go into something even different, like with the follow-up part, because it sounds a little too repetitive in terms of it's just like it's the same section but with halftime drums on it. But like maybe if you just did like you got more space to work with when it's halftime, so you could do a completely different bass sound as well, maybe. Really sick though. We've had so many good songs already. It's nice to hear a bit more of that kind of metal crossover flavor. Right, next up we got a track from my friend Exposure. He says, I made a bootleg on Friday night, reused some drums for another project, but quite happy for it being just one session. All right, so not a finished track, but a session on a bootleg. Can't say that I know the original. Alright, we've got that proper UK garagey vibe already. Jungle, garage. I wonder if the original is actually a garage track.
So if you want me.
Oh. Fucking hell. Fuck off, Conrad. I would not expected an intro like this to go into something as heavy as that, but it's fun. It's got a really like 90s club feeling. I'm guessing the original must be a bit of a... That's definitely what the original is. I mean, the mix fucking slaps. I don't know if I find it distracting that the kind of jungle drums before the kind of like the A section before it gets like the call and response part. Like I feel like the difference between the drum volume is a bit much. Like this bit is absolutely huge, and those jungle drums, maybe if you just want to like give a little bit more transient to them, so it's not quite a jump, such a huge jump. Really interesting mixture of like sounds. We've got a bit of jump up sounds in there, some deep ones, some neuro sounds. It's like you kind of got the whole spectrum of drum and bass there. That's really fun, dude. I don't know the original at all. I'm guessing that it might be a nostalgic song for you. I would just make it an original, man. Make it an original. And it's just fat. The sounds in that are insane. All right, next we've got Crazy. He says, my entry for today's vibrator. Dark vocal fix. My Vox, I'm guessing that means he's singing on it.
Dark. Dark.
If I remember correctly, Crazy dropped something last week
Dark.
that was like a melodic jump up tune. It was pretty interesting.
Dark. Born in the dark, alone from the start. Controlling the flow, keep it close to your heart. Keep up your nose, treat the soul like a star. Fueling the voice from those who choose who they are. Born in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark.
Okay, cool. So you definitely make jump up regularly then.
Dark, dark.
No, I like that. It's not too screechy. Like this is very much on the kind of deeper side.
Deep in the void, no room to breathe. Following the voice, collecting loose debris. Choose to have no choices like a movie scene. Bruises speak the truth just like it used to be. There is a choice on the one who sleeps. The force to make it real, it happens naturally. The shores of sorrow's deep beauty is to keep. Set the darkness free, let the menace speak.
Some really fucking interesting sounds there. What is that creature? Based on this track and the one you sent like last time, I think that I like your approach to sound design, like the way that you don't really seem to be held back in terms of what kind of sounds you want to include. That's fun. I was going to say something about it. Would be that unlike the vocal in the last track you sent, the processing on this one just feels a bit off to me. It just sounds a bit like someone more like someone kind of recording their vocals in the shower, as opposed to like something on this would sound really, really good if it was like super dry, like really dry and kind of like dark and in your ear.
Like a star, fueling the voice from those who choose who they are.
I think it's the processing, like it's probably recorded on a totally fine mic, but it sounds like... Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. But for me, I feel like the vocals don't hit as well.
Born in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark, in the dark.
The sounds here are really like, the textures are super nice as well. Also, the drums are super minimal. I'd probably try and get a few more percussions in there, but you know, that's a taste thing. Cheers for sending that in though, dude. That's another really interesting track. Had no idea where it was going to go, just like the last one. Cool. So next up we have got Brainwashed. Oh, and here we got a message saying, couldn't find time to make something new to show, so I'll leave another song I released already here. So it's already come out, but we'll have a listen, give it some feedback anyway. That villainous laughter in the background. That sound there. That sound there was strong as fuck. I want to hear more of that sound. That sounds like yes, put it in there. Right, what you got in the middle section? If I remember correctly, the one that you sent last time was the kind of quite spore sounding one. I really like the kind of melody of the riff. It's like kind of for some reason reminds me of Muse. That has nothing to do with drum and bass at all. But it kind of sounds like Hysteria by Muse. It's got that kind of like feeling to it, to the kind of bass riff. There's a lot in this track that I feel like you had some really interesting ideas. The kind of theatrical laughter, that's too theatrical for me. I would have not included that. I feel like this middle section could be improved with like just a lot of the same elements that are in the intro, and obviously a lot of the time bridge middle section is like that. But I would have just explored a different melody and more layers. Another example of a track that's kind of like mixed with itself. Like, I wouldn't say that anything in the mix is like too loud or too quiet, but then when you compare it to something else, it's just like going to be, I can tell it's already a lot quieter and just doesn't have the same kind of like thump to it. Again, I'd say that's like referencing. You got to reference another track by an artist that you really look up to, that you love how they sound, and try as hard as you can to get your track to that volume, to that kind of clarity. This sounds like something that's probably just been focused on in its own project without much referencing, which is fine and a totally valid way to obviously approach making a song. And if you don't really care about that, if you're just doing it purely for the creativity and you don't really care about playing it compared to other tracks and stuff, then fine. But it's a good challenge to set yourself, and it's pure, the whole thing is just like the mix is definitely letting the track down. Really cool idea though. I like the kind of things that stood out for me were kind of those kind of like siren-y kind of basses. That whoom at the beginning, those were cool. And yeah, I like the texture of the bass. The main bass was really sick. Right, next up we have got Paintball Work in Progress by Gisco, I want to say. No, Schizo, who knows? Gonna butcher so many names today. Also, I just realized I think it's supposed to be Co-op Black, the last guy as well. Forgot to mention. Right, Paintball. I thought I was getting some kind of alert on my PC for a second.
Free for all.
Honestly, was not expecting the drums to slap that hard, considering like I'll be nice about it, but the intro was definitely not convincing me it was going somewhere strong. But the kick and snare sounds super nice here. Really nice and dry and punchy. That kind of like bendy bass is really sick. I want to hear that a few more times. I like the kind of swing to the drums as well, makes it more kind of exciting to listen to than just a kind of standard drum and bass beat. Right, the positives about it is the drums are like really strong. They're mixed really nicely, which obviously sets a good like baseline for your, not an actual bass line, but like a good foundation for the rest of your track to work on. Also, some of the bass sounds are really strong as well. If you're kind of like stuck for an idea of what to do for the intro, I would suggest like take some of the main, I mean, these kind of pads here, just turn them up like by a huge amount. They're really quiet. This sound here, that kind of dum dum, either like put a bunch of distortion on it or just kind of opt for something else, because I feel like it sounds odd, like a kind of really out of place.
Free for all.
But yeah, bring those pads up a lot and just really start to bring some kind of like, I don't know, let's say some kind of quite cinematic kind of drums and stuff. Like seriously, just go on fucking Splice and just find the key of your track and just find like a bunch of cinematic sounds and just build it up and try and take, like, for me, like the fastest way to make a strong intro is take a theme that you already have in your drop and tease it in for most of the intro. For example, you got this, that dun 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 kind of rhythm. Do that, but with a synth instead. So you're kind of like expecting that to come in. But yeah, like sounds like you got a really good foundation for a cool track there. You could also try. I just saw a comment saying the bass could be a bit more up front. A way you could do that is by adding like a kind of white noisy kind of layer, like a vocoder layer, something to give it more kind of squelch. But yeah, it's all good. Holy fuck, I just saw the picture of this track. I can't wait to listen to that one. What the fuck. All right, next up we got OMP Mode Step Body Bag OMP Remix. The track these guys sent last time was absolutely insane, so I'm sure I've got high hopes for this. I like this kind of synth wavy intro.
One kiss from your lips, I ain't coming back. Wrap me up, come put me in a body body bag. Eyes closed, no air, got me in a trap. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. One kiss from your lips, I ain't coming back. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Eyes closed, no air, got me in a trap. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Eyes closed, no air, got me in a trap. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag.
Yeah. Fuck off.
Put me in a body bag.
And that's fucking great. Just fuck off. But the fucking textures, man, just really satisfying.
One kiss from your lips, I ain't
Wow, that was satisfying, the way that kind of like fluttered. Nice.
from your lips, I ain't coming back. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Eyes closed, no air, got me in a trap. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. One kiss from your lips, I ain't coming back. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Eyes closed, no air, got me in a trap. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag.
I'm not aware of the original. Is it? Is this like an official remix, or is this like a bootleg?
Put me in a body bag.
Remix contest, cool. Is it a contest that's still ongoing, or is it already happened? And if so, how well did you do?
Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Eyes closed, no air, got me in a trap. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag. Put me in a body bag.
You'll probably never hear me suggest this to anyone because it's like my least favorite thing. But you know, there's kind of like 8-beat, just a dugga 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 dugga, like the most kind of uninspired kind of rhythm that a lot of people do in Eurofunk. I actually feel like it would work in the second drop. Wow, the sounds, the drums, like the whole mix is like really strong though. I can definitely imagine that being a real strong contender.
Put me in a body bag.
That dugum at the end, that bass sound, you could just turn that into an 8-beat rhythm, just have something really filthy there, easily. Really catchy though. Again, I haven't heard the original, but I know that most steps typically do dubstep.
One kiss from your lips, I ain't coming back. Wrap me up, come put me in a body bag.
Yeah, really fucking strong. Don't really have much to suggest. Obviously, you know, you've already mentioned to yourself that the second drop needs to be switched up. It's kind of like so atmospheric. It'd be cool to hear maybe some even more melodic layers kind of like over the top. Maybe like even tiny little vocal stabs could be, you could do something maybe a bit more interesting with the vocal itself and be more creative with like vocal cuts. That'd be the only thing I'd suggest, or how I would approach it if it was me kind of remixing it. Really fun though. And I like how catchy the hook is. Right, to be honest, I'm so excited to I have no idea what to expect, but this fucking picture, like literally someone just huffing a bag of spray paint. I want this to sound like someone huffing spray paint. Alato, secluded work in progress. I'm sorry about that fucking picture. I want to start making it like... Sorry, just before this drops, I want to start making this like a condition that people have to just post the most ridiculous fucking tunes. Like pictures with the tunes, sorry. It makes it so much more fun. Dude, the breaks are so interesting, like really, really cool. And like, even though it's not as comparable to the clarity of a snare like in the previous track, I like how kind of old school and metallic it sounds. Like you could get away with that, to be honest, but I would layer that with a transient, just give it a bit more punch. And then like the Reese itself, there's loads of sub there and what feels like quite a lot of highs, but not so much mids. And I think that kind of makes it feel a bit thin, even though it's not thin. There's like loads of bass there. I just be whatever filter you're using on it. Tell you what though, it does sound like huffing a bag of fucking gold paint. I can't really put my finger on what the feeling is from this melody. It's kind of interesting. I wouldn't pair it with that drop, but it is interesting. And maybe just a bit too repetitive. I gotta say, like, the breaks are really special. Like, sometimes it's really good to, you know, like I always say, like, especially to students as well, like, if you just feel like a specific track, unless it has that magic kind of thing that really stands out to you, it's probably not worth pursuing. For this, I'd really take those breaks and, like, focus on those as, like, the main thing. They are the strongest part of the track, and they're, like, just, in general, really interesting to listen to. It's so dark and gritty though. I'd go for a less I guess it almost sounds a bit melancholy in a kind of happy way, like a less bright, just a really dark, go for a really dark intro. You could pair this with like some just dark cinematics. Yeah, and the fact that you brought the melody back in over this section, it's just, there's too much of that melody as well. Yo, thanks for sending that in, man. That's really cool. I just want to say as well, I really appreciate seeing some returning people from the first one as well. It's kind of really cool to build a little community and have people just always keeping up to date with what's going on. Again, just a reminder to anyone that does want to submit any music that you can drop it into the feedback channel on my Discord. Yeah, the standard's like really fucking high, to be honest. Like, there's been some really, really great songs. I gotta say that it's like a really nice surprise, and yeah, it's always just a pleasure. Like, I'm really enjoying doing this, like sitting here actually listening to other people's music and realizing it also helps me realize my tastes and what I'm into, and just good to kind of hear some fresh takes on what people are working on. Next up, we've got Phase Bound Older. I like that picture as well. That's really interesting. Wow. This has got to be the most captivating intro I've heard so far. Super nice build. I have no idea where this is going. Is it going to be Jump Up? Is it going to be Liquid? This is just a riptide. Don't want to be broken, 'cause I still keep hoping. Okay. Holy shit. What the actual fuck? I was not fucking expecting any of that. I didn't know where the intro was going to take me. I didn't know how it was going to drop, but it's been insane so far. Bro, this is so fresh. I am definitely following you guys on SoundCloud now. Holy fuck. phase bound. Just followed you. You know the craziest fucking shit, like, I don't know, like seeing tracks, there's like already just from last time and this stream, this is the second one we've done so far. I'm so shocked to hear like the standard of production from some of these like submissions are absolutely insane. And some of you have like fucking 200 followers. Like, what the hell is going on? I'm so confused. What the actual fuck? What's wrong with you? Mate, I will fucking fight you. This is so good. I just, like, this is one of those levels of tracks that it just makes me want to actually produce myself. Like, that's a really, the ultimate compliment you can give someone is like when something's so interesting that it makes you want to fucking open up your door and start producing something that's like sounds fresh and interesting. I don't really get that feeling with a lot of tunes nowadays, and that's not because there's not as many good producers. It's just like the trend seems to be less sound design orientated and less interesting as a trend. There's still so much good music like this out there that you just have to really dig for, but holy shit, this is amazing. I just saw in the comments someone saying that they are German. That's interesting because I find, you know what, the funny thing about Germany is there's not much drum and bass in terms of like compared to techno and stuff. There's not like a drum and bass scene as it were compared to like the Netherlands or compared to other places. So it's interesting that you have like a lot of music like this that's really high quality. That was so strong. And I also love the intro. For me, that was the best intro that I've heard so far. Because it was just like, I'll tell you actually, there's only one criticism I have, is that the vocal, I don't know where you got the vocal from, but it would sound so much nicer if it wasn't so auto-tuned sounding. If that's a sample that you got from Splice or something and that's just like how it sounds, I would strongly advise getting someone else to sing that or something similar. Apart from that, holy shit, like really enjoyable song. Thanks for sending that in. All right, next up we've got The Way Computers Talk by Ethera. And actually last stream, the track that he sent was so good that I was like, hey, can we put this on Symbiotic Records? And I'm hoping this might be a B-side for it, so let's check it out. Love the intro so far. wrong with you? Yeah. You know what I will say straight away? I had a little listen to this earlier, and I think it does go into more of like a traditional breakbeat. And obviously, a lot of what we do on Symbiotics is kind of like neuro breaks. And I, just as a personal thing, am not the biggest fan of dubstep, not because there's anything wrong with it. It's just I had a whole dubstep phase, like I briefly mentioned, and I just felt like for me, I'd love to hear that snare just on every second hit instead. So literally just take exactly the same track, but with a break, like neuro breaks kind of rhythm instead. And I think that's what you do here. Fuck yeah. Yeah, that was interesting. I really like what we did with the rhythms there, like really interesting. Yeah, that's strong, man. I would love to just hear that main drop with a breakbeat. Just try it out. But in general, strong fucking track. And I think we've got... Oh, okay, we've got a few more. Nice. It seems that since I posted the link, so we've had a few more dropped. So next up we have got Overtune, Time Shift. For those of you who are not familiar, Overtune is an Austrian producer, and I was just at the festival Neuroheads with him, so that was cool. We were travelling back super hungover together, which was not so cool. 12-hour journey. Right, we've already got a strong intro here. Okay, where's this going? You know what needs to happen? Just fuck off, dude. You know, I prefer kind of broken up rhythms like that way more, but that. Yeah, super fun. Just an energetic track. Mix is strong as well. Maybe you could put like a bit more white noise over the snare. Yeah. That kind of like reversed sound needs to be more frequently and louder because it just adds this like really noisier-esque vibe to it. It's sick. Yo, thanks for sharing that with everyone, Fabian. That was fucking sick. Pleasure as always. Okay, one of the Tesseract boys, Philip, has uploaded his face on this one. Excellent. I guess so he knows that it's him. I mean, they're identical, so it doesn't really help me. But here we go. Passing focus, Tesseracts. Let's have a listen.
Hey yo, I'm passing focus. I'm in my zone. Fuck who haven't noticed. Hey yo, I'm passing focus. I'm in my zone.
What the fuck?
Who haven't noticed. And I'm ugly now. They acting open, pussy soaking. I picked that hole. And I'm ugly now. They acting open, pussy soaking. I picked that hole.
This is super original, it's fun.
Beat the box, leave that.
Oh my fucking god. What the fuck is that? Jesus.
Hey yo, I'm passing focus. I'm in my.
What the actual fuck, dude? For those of you who don't know, Tesseracts are some identical twins from Poland. They're still pretty young. And we found them a few years ago and they dropped. They're one of the first people we signed on Symbiotic Records. And it's insane. They're already like insane producers like a few years ago, but now they are just getting exponentially better. Like, your shit's so creative, dude. I can't ever fault it. I just know this track's going to be super interesting from beginning to end. Okay. Dude, that kind of like chunky riff bass that kind of fills it. What is that? That main kind of bass, that kind of like fluttery one, reminds me of that Skrillex track with the Palestinian singer. I can't remember the name of it. Yeah, that was just fucking strong, dude. I mean, I don't give any feedback to that. I mean, me personally, the end bit gets a bit too kind of like Skrillex territory, and that's just not what I'm into anymore. But it's just solid. It's just fucking solid. Great songwriting, great production, insane musicians. All right, next up we've got Korax, 3 Intruders. Those hats are really nice. Yeah, strong break. I like where this is going.
Integrity breach, cargo lock, security alert. 3 intruders detected.
Yeah. You know what I was saying earlier about how it's good to tease in the kind of the drop kind of nicely in the intro? You did a great example of that. It gets a little repetitive. Like, you should definitely have like a new section after the first 16. Sometimes it's easy to just take stuff away rather than add stuff. Like, you can make it even simpler, like kind of see what you can do with the negative space. Pretty nice mix actually as well, like it's clean, well balanced. That fucking drum fill is so sick. gonna pull up on that. That's strong. You know what? You should milk that a little bit. Use it a few more times in the drop.
Attention. Integrity breach. Cargo lock. Security alert. 3 intruders detected.
It's actually got a real old school neuro vibe to it. It's sick. Yeah, man, strong. Nice mix, really cool breaks. Like I just said, maybe it gets a bit too repetitive. It might be cool to explore a few different variations of the drop, which you don't necessarily have to add stuff. You can take stuff away. But yeah, strong. All right, here we got GIB from last time. After I chatted to him, I was at Neuroheads Festival and hung out with this dude in a tent and sent something new, which is good to see. It says, again, definitely mixed issues, but I think the concept is there. You may like the title as well. AKOV the ostentatiously. We've, yeah, that was the word of the festival. It's got a really happy, candid photo of you as well. You know what I will say is that that kind of screechy kind of sound is really strong. I'd love to hear that counterbalanced with some really clean drums. The drums sound a little kind of like overblown and like overdriven, which I guess is like a style choice. But that was some really like a really thick kick and like a really clean small snare. And that main bass just sounds a bit squashed. So far, yeah, it's one of those ones I'd say that there's like a lot of potential in that main sound, but definitely try and take it to the next level in terms of like the mix and the drums. There's like some very basic layers as well. I try and kind of get a lot more layers of stuff going. I mean, I'm guessing it's like a lot more hard tech kind of influenced. And techno with a K kind of influenced anyway. And I know that that's kind of like the flavor of a lot of the sounds, but it's, yeah, I just want to hear them way more kind of overproduced and Euro-y. Some of those rhythms as well are just really strong, like this kind of like fills are sick. But yeah, nice one, dude. I mean, and calling it AKOV the Ostentatiously Something is obviously the winning title for the day. All right, next up we've got Confident Blockbuster, The Mystery of the Third Planet. That is a very mysterious intro. Mysterious title, sorry. Right, we've only got 2 tracks left. It's been a fun stream. I want to thank everyone that's been involved so far. Been some really strong tracks, and it's been a real pleasure listening to everyone's music. I really like the use of the space there. I like that there's actually been a couple of tracks on this stream so far that have been kind of jungly breaks with Neuro. That's like, it's nice that that's more interesting for me than just like the straight up stuff. I've got to say right off the bat that that kind of top synth, the kind of quite kind of high pitched one, is too distracting. I would have taken that away when it drops. Or maybe not include it at all. The breaks are really fun though. I'd say it gets a bit repetitive as well. It'd be really fun. Like, you don't have to really focus on bass so much, but you can even cut up the breaks and arrange the breaks in a different way. It's really, really cool to, you know, you get a lot of opportunity to explore some really cool rhythms there. It can just be really focused on the break and not necessarily the bass. But I would like to hear more variation. And obviously, like, I can see you've already got like an image to it, like a visual kind of representation of the sound you're going for, which is really helpful. I can definitely, like, those kind of breaks have a really fun space vibe to them. You can see what you're going for sure. You know what? Like a sound like that, but way more kind of like baroque-y, kind of like a screamy bass with just way more sub underneath it could work. But this one's just a bit too, I don't know. That kick's definitely strong as well. You could turn up that main bass as well. There's so much potential on that track, man. Awesome. I would just like really try to push it to the next level in terms of really like refine the sounds that you have and trying to maybe make it a bit more dark, and kind of make a contrast between the sections because it's a bit repetitive right now. All right, so last track of the stream. Again, thank you so much to everyone that sent everything in. I've really enjoyed listening to all your music. This is now Incognito, Andre Manuel Pereira Justino. I saw this guy's just put his like passport name in on his SoundCloud. Attila Justin Voltage. All right, let's check it out. That melody was strangely similar to the last song.
Not safe here. They open the door. No escape. We feast on chaos. We breathe the fall.
It's a short intro. Okay, that's definitely the first dance floor track that I've heard in the stream.
No control.
You know what? Like the energy in this is really strong. Like dance floor generally has that kind of, if you hear it on a massive dance floor, it just makes you really want to go for it. And you've got all the elements there. It just needs that squeaky clean production, and a lot more highs in terms of cymbals and stuff. Could really benefit from a lot of kind of cymbals, like really filling up that top space. Also, there's a few sections, like you have some multiple kind of melodic sections that could do with maybe transitioning a little better, because you kind of go between different, a few different kind of vocal parts.
You want it sound
Sounds like there's a kind of like a melody going over that second drop that's kind of distracting from the... Interesting. Bro, again, like, there's so many of these songs have such, like, so much potential, but it's just like, yeah, sometimes the mix is letting them down, or just a few details that need fixing. But again, really strong. I'd love to hear that with just like really squeaky clean production. Guys, once more, thank you so much for submitting all these tunes. I think that judging by, this is obviously all a bit of an experiment for me, judging by the amount of music that I've been submitted, I'm probably going to do this every other week. And I guess that means, you know, so it won't be next Monday, it'll be the one after. That gives enough time for submissions to happen, for the word to spread around a little bit. Guys, all your music's been fucking great. It's been a pleasure to listen to it. And maybe I'll leave you with one thing that I'm working on currently. Let's have a look if I can get away with showing you guys anything. I'm currently reviewing a Teddy Killers album, but I don't think I can drop any. Actually, that did just drop. Let's see what we got. We've got Mosquito. This is something I'm working on right now, which is a... No, not to call it. Sounds like a fucking mosquito though. That's all I'll share with you for now. All right, once again, thank you everyone, and I'll catch you the week after next. And like, spread the word if you can. I'd love to get as many people involved in this community as possible. Cheers. Bye.